y'all.
Yeah. Let's go. You just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beat's back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has his day, it's been mine since day one. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you and I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.
Coming close to me, flow is on atomic. I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we ballin' out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring. Don't try us. They know in between, we go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym. This is target and practice. Yeah.
And I'm just getting started, getting my feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard.
The wait is over. The championship showdown for the E3 Spanish Winter Championship is about to get underway. And what better arena to do it than the Motorland Aragon circuit? The second race of the weekend, and it is definitely going to be a tall order. The two championship protagonists, Maciej Gladisz and Mattia Kolnagi, are tied for points. Whoever beats the other becomes the new Spanish Winter Champion. It's going to be a fascinating battle, and we are set to witness it with a very exciting race battle out on the circuit here. 18 turns and 5.3 kilometers around this Motorland Aragon circuit, with 28 degrees Celsius being the air temperature. It'll be a very interesting challenge to see who can come through, especially considering that neither of the championship protagonists who are in a dead heat for the points are going to be lining up on the front row of the starting grid. They are both going to have to make progress if they want to win this championship, and it really is going to be a sizzler. Hello everybody, great to be with you for the last time in the E3 Spanish Winter Championship for 2025. I'm Jake Sanson in the commentary booth, and we've got some very exciting news to talk about. After yesterday's encounter, which saw Maciej Gladisz take pole position, fastest lap and the race win, he scored the maximum 28 points, which was his deficit to Mattia Kolnagi, who in turn had a nightmare of a race, had a broken front wing, had to recover and drop to the back of the field, no points, which means now they're locked in a dead heat for the championship. Whoever beats the other is going to be the champion. It literally is as simple as that. Ideally, both of them need to score championship points in order to do so, but on countback, it looks to me as though the mathematics have it that it will be Gladisz that takes the title. It will be a very interesting battle out on the course, but neither driver can afford to relent. It will be very eager for both drivers to go for the top spot, but Maciej Gladisz starting down in P4 of the grid for this one. Mattia Kolnagi has it even worse, P24 for him on the starting grid. But all it takes is one missed gear shift, one bit of contact with another opponent, and all of a sudden, neither driver is looking good to score points. It's motorsport. Anything can happen. And with all of the drivers around them completely not in the fight for the championship, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. They want to bow out of this championship on the top step of the podium too, just as much. They want to make sure that their reputation remains at the highest point. So for myself in the commentary box and down in the pit lane, we have Miguel Portillo, who's been here for the entirety of the season. Miguel, can you believe the showdown is a dead heat? It's unbelievable.
Jake, unbelievable. I just said here we are waiting for the cars to roll into the grid because we are going to see the end of the season, this last race. So everything can happen, as you said, because Gladisz is on the first position, tied on point, but Kolnagi has to make a super great recovery. He wants to fight back for the championship, but also we have an invitation, last moment invitation for Egosi, the man who is in the pole position, the third in the championship, who mathematically can be fighting for the title till the last moment, because if something happened like yesterday, so we have a drama on track. If Gladisz is out and Kolnagi is out, Egosi, if he wins the race and do the fastest lap, can fight for the title. So it's unbelievable. So three guys fighting for the title till the last moment. So it's going to be super thrilling. We are so eager to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? With James Igozzi getting the points for pole position, that means that the gap for him is 25 points exactly. So you're absolutely right. With this being a feature race, 25 points for the victory plus the fastest lap. If neither other driver scores, Igozzi can steal this title away by a point. So it really is a nail-biter to the last. This has shades of the Brazilian Grand Prix 2007 written all over it between Raikkonen, Alonso and Hamilton. It's incredible how close it's got here.
Well, I remember that race, Jake, for unbelievable. So let's wait for the race, what's going to happen, because we told yesterday about it, that the MP and also Campos have been super, I would say, super focused in the championship, and they're doing the best in all the races. But also Palou Motorsport have done it very well. So Egosi is finishing this championship fighting for the crowd. So, I mean, also Palou Motorsport have done a super job during this winter championship, and let's see what's going to happen. But I think maybe during the season it's going to be different. The regular season, which start during May. But for this winter championship, we have seen that MP and and Campos having a super strong teams, and also Palos is this is a last call, and also last call for the guy who is going to be with us for the regular season, the Alex, you know Jack very well. So Alex, you were here with us. We have seen a super Spanish Winter Championship. So we're talking with Jake that everything is on stake. Everything can happen because in the last moment, Egosi can win the crowd. So you're going to be here at the track during the regular season. But what about the winter? Tell us your feelings.
Oh, it's been a great season, Porti. It's been super fun. We've had quite a few different drivers fighting for wins, fighting for podiums, and we are on the very last race with not just 2 but 3 title candidates. Yes, it's true that James Egozzi has it a little bit more difficult. Many things have to happen for him to win, but there's a chance, and I think drivers know it. As long as there's a chance, you always fight until the last lap.
Let's do a bet, Jake. Tell us your bet, because it's easy to put all your money on Gladys. But okay, do you think also Colnaghi have a chance?
I think this is mainly Gladys to win, or you know, he has the chance to win. He has the better chance. He's starting from the front. Colnaghi is starting from the back. So you know, if nothing strange happens, he should be taking the title. But again, we know racing. If you asked me yesterday, I would have said Mattia Colnaghi has it very easy. Yeah. And look at how things are now. So we have to wait.
Yeah. Yesterday we saw a massive drama. Let's see if we have something similar today. What do you think, Jake?
It's going to be very tight, very difficult. When you've got those 3 drivers working so closely in terms of one-lap pace, Egozzi could go away and win this with a dominant victory and the fastest lap. If Gladys were to trip over anybody in a wheel-to-wheel squabble, or if somebody were to trip over him, and then there's no points for Colnaghi, no points for Gladys, all of a sudden the focus comes away from them and onto James Egozzi. You just don't know. This is the great thing about motorsport at this level, particularly in the junior ladder. There is desperation, there is urgency. Every single driver that is in this battle believes they have what it takes to win the title. But when you've got the 2 main protagonists tied on points, that just makes it so electrifying. I cannot wait for this finale.
That's it. And also we have seen like a green start of the races, because also Eurocup 40 racing here, the regular season of Formula 4, but it's only 150 meters to the very first corner, so we can also see some drama, because we are going to see like some guys who have never been into the very first position in the first and second row, that maybe they can do like a super glorious start, and maybe we can see a clash during the first meters.
We've seen that this can happen here, not just because of the space that goes to the first corner, but because we know the first sector gives very good chances to run side by side with your rival. So we've seen this happen in Formula 4, we've seen this happen in Eurocup 3, in Spanish Winter Championship. So my bet is that we will see something similar on this race. So look out for that, because the first lap is going to be quite intense.
Here comes the contender. They are coming into the grid. I think the guy from MP is super focused. We were talking about the teams also, because Palou did a super job, MP did a super job, and also Campo Fosor. They are the 3 massive teams racing here in the Spanish Winter Championship.
Yes, we've seen for a few years now that it's mainly Campos and MP, but we know that other teams are closing that distance, and Palou has done a very good job over the last year, and especially in the Winter Series, the Spanish Winter Championship. We've seen them react quite quickly. So this is why we have also James Egozzi on pole position. So
everybody's looking at him in this second position. You can see all the tension and everything around. All the guys trying not to put some pressure on him. He has just to do his own work. And Jake, what do you think? Because Gladys is taking a look at us, saying, "Okay, I know everybody's looking at me." What do you think, Jake?
I think a lot of pressure on Mattia Gladys' shoulders here, because James Egozzi essentially has the outside chance now to win the championship. It's almost impossible for him to do it. He's got to score the victory and the fastest lap. From his point of view, being in pole position, the pressure is kind of off him. He can just go and do his own race. But Mattia Gladys, he's got to stay out of trouble. He's got to stay ahead of Mattia Colnaghi, which on paper looks fairly easy, but he's 4th on the grid. And look who he's got around him. Rinicella, Cardenas, Carrasquedo, Abkasava, Caranta. No pushovers are around him in that particular part of the grid. And they will want to finish on a strong note. They are not in the championship fight, so there's no risk for them. So from their point of view, they can just go for glory. Mattia Gladys has got to stay out of trouble. He's got to be careful for the next half an hour. Igotzi can throw caution to the winds himself as well. He's the outside bet for the championship, so he can just push on, go for broke, go for the victory. If he wins it, he's a hero. If he doesn't, at least he gave it a good effort. All the pressure here is on Maciej Gladiš. Maciej Kolnagi, to a certain extent, has the pressure off. Yes, he's leading the championship, but he's in 24th. He's already down at the back of the field. He can just charge his way through and see what happens. All the pressure here is on the pole.
Totally agree, Jake, because Egosy is starting in the third position. He has to do also his job. Everybody giving his hand and saying, good luck for today, do your job, try to do your best, and also Gladiš had to take it easy. So I just said, we're going to see like 2 races. Kolnagi going for everything, Egosy trying to do his best from the pole position, and Gladiš trying to look it at the mirror. It's going to be super amazing.
I think that's what's more exciting, because we have 3 drivers and each of them has their own, needs to have their own strategy. Kolnagi has nothing to lose, so he's going to be pushing like hell from the back of the grid. And Igotzi has nothing to lose as well. He's just going to go for the win, and if that works out for his championship chances, then that's the way it goes. And the only guy who maybe has to be a little bit cautious is Maciej Gladiš, because he has everything to win, but he also has everything to lose. So he has to be managing that situation. He cannot take too many risks. But if he's too considerate, if he's too cautious, maybe he loses it.
I would say if you're looking too much into the mirrors, maybe you made some mistakes. So I think he also have to be on attack mode, but taking it more easier than the others.
Balance is the key word in motorsport. You know that very well. So that's going to be for sure his main mantra this race.
Super thrilling. Let's go enjoy the race, Jake. You can feel the pressure here, everybody. We are so anxious. So let's go racing.
Let's go racing, and probably enjoy the last one. I know that you've enjoyed very much this season, so I hope that you have the most explosive finale that you can have.
Let's enjoy the last race. Thank you, everybody. Let's go to enjoy this race, Jake.
Gracias, mi amigos. It's been fantastic working with you. Miguel Portillo, your man in the pits over the Winter Championship, and Alex Garcia, the man who will take over the baton into the main body of the Euro Cup 3 Championship. Can you believe this 3-way fight for the championship, though? 25 points between the 3 drivers, a dead heat between Maciej Gladiš of Poland and Maciej Kolnagi of Italy, with James Igotzi 25 points back with 26 points available. He has to win and score fastest lap and hope that Gladiš and Kolnagi will not score points. Gladiš is currently P4 on the grid, although it says to me there, well, it says on the timing screen he's in P4, but it says there on your screen that he's in 2nd on the grid. So I have a feeling that there's going to be an update at some point of the course. But certainly a very exciting challenge for the drivers in progression, that is for sure. But down at the back end of the grid is Maciej Kolnagi, who's already out of the points. He may as well just charge his way through and see how much ground he makes. But the Spanish Winter Championship 2025 is about to conclude with the 30 minutes plus the 1 lap. For James Igotzi, it's win or bust. Can he get the job done? 25 points on the board for him if he wins this race. He's got to get the fastest lap as well. This is going to be a nail-biting half an hour of motorsport. I hope you've got a good seat, but I promise you, folks, you're only going to need the edge of it. James Igotzi in the much improved Palou Motorsport team car. Easily the most improved team in Euro Cup in the last 12 months. Palou being right up at the sharp end. It's been a very busy season of 7 races leading up to this point. At Circuito de Jerez, it was Maciej Kolnagi, pole position fastest lap race win in the first race of the season. Gil Carranza picked up the fastest lap in race 2, but it was Andres Cardenas who took both the rookie win and the overall victory as well. And then 3 different winners were declared at Jerez as Maciej Gladiš got the job done from pole position in race number 3. That set the tone for the battle for the championship between Kolnagi and Gladiš. Then at the Algarve circuit, it was Valerio Minichella making his first appearance in the championship, getting a pole fastest lap race win. James Igotzi then got a fastest lap on his way to his first race win of the season for Palou and the team's first victory as well. In race 3, it was Maciej Kolnagi who took the win and Maciej Gladiš who failed to score points. That gave Maciej Kolnagi an incredible 28-point lead in the championship. Then yesterday, race number 1, it was pole position fastest lap race win for Maciej Gladiš. 28 points scored, no points scored at all for Kolnagi, and a decent result for James Igotzi to put him into the championship fight. But get this, if they all 3 drivers finish in a dead heat on 97 points apiece, it would have to go to countback. And would you believe it, if all three drivers tied for points, with Igotzi taking the victory and Kolnagi and Gladish failing to score, do you know who the champion would be? James Igotzi. They would have 2 wins apiece, a second and a third each. It would then go to the fact that James Igotzi has a 4th place finish in the 3rd race at the Algarve. Absolutely incredible how nail-biting this could be. If all 3 drivers finish on the same amount of points, and if Gladish crashes out and Kolnagi doesn't get into the points and Igotzi wins, they could, all 3 of them, have a dead heat for the title. But if that happens, Igotzi will become the new champion. Absolutely phenomenal to see how close it becomes. The Italian, the Pole, and the American. Half an hour plus the additional lap. And let's see which of the 3 drivers emerges victorious. It's going to be such a tough mission for the battle for the victory. So now the contenders are ready on the starting grid. James Igotzi to the left of your picture. To the right of your picture, it is Maciek Gladish. There will be a big charge to the first corner. The MPs of Valerio Vinicello and Andres Cardenas are not far away from that mark either. Keep an eye on the likes of Carrasquedo, Carranza, Abcasava and Ernesto Rivera. There is the 23, just taking up residence towards the tail end of the field. That's Alcio Feldman Nito, the Brazilian driver, towards the tail end of the charge. And with the final couple of cars getting into position at the back of the grid, this is going to be one of the most nail-biting title deciders of the season. And after Christian Ho became champion in Eurocup 3 in 2024, after much debate, now it's time to see if on the track we can have a straight, no-holds-barred race battle. Let's race for the title at Aragon. It's a great start at the front for James Igotzi. He blasts away into the lead. Second position for Maciek Gladish. It's a fairy tale start for Gladish. He couldn't really have asked for much better than that. And as they work their way through the first corner, it is a fantastic launch for Igotzi. In front of Maciek Gladish, then Brinichella, Cardenas, Carrasquedo and Abcasava. They climb up the hill. Everybody trying to make sure they stay in close proximity. Igotzi doing a grand job. A bit of a run wide there from one of the MPs. That was Brinichella. So Cardenas is the next man in, the Peruvian. He's going to try and make his bid for 3rd position. We need to keep our eyes, though, on Mattia Kolnagi. He's already worked his way a little bit further forward. But there's been a bit of a strong difficulty at the start of the race. Kai Dadianani almost stalling on the grid. So now he's got to try and work his way further forward as Igotzi holds the advantage from Gladish, Brinichella, Cardenas, Carrasquedo, Carranza, Rivera, Fittipaldi and Tanvanitschkul. And it looks as though we've had a spinner further back in the pack. It's Abcasava. Alex Abcasava's had a nightmare. Abcasava has dropped down the order, so I'm afraid there's not going to be a repeat victory for Abcasava this season. He's managed to fall in just ahead of his teammate at MP, Mattia Kolnagi. So we've got 2 MPs at the front, 2 MPs at the back, and that is not good news for Mattia Kolnagi. Down the back straight, Igotzi leads. Gladish second. The Polish driver is the one looking good for the championship right now. 3rd position, a great battle between Cardenas and Brinichella. The 2 Campos cars are side by side, the Red Bull Young Guns. Jules Carranza of France and Ernesto Rivera of Mexico. Down into the braking zone. As everybody tries to stay out of harm's way, locking up on the brakes into the hairpin. You've got to give each other enough space to make sure that you come through without too much drama. Igotzi leads Gladish and Cardenas. Then Carrasquedo has moved ahead of Brinichella. He's side by side with him into turn 1. Is that going to be a job done finish for Carrasquedo? It is. He gets through. And now Rivera going wheel to wheel. That contact! The 2 Red Bull Juniors have hit each other. They managed to get out of it. But Rivera and Tanvanitschkul having a bit of a run wide. Jules Carranza down to 9th position as well. So goodness me, a great start to the season, but not for the Red Bull Campos cars, as they both ended up dropping back from each other. They've got to be careful into that first couple of corners of the lap, because that's when the likelihood of contact is elevated. There is the 55 of Valerio Brinichella trying to get after the Mexican Jesse Carrasquedo for Griffincore. Down the drop, through the right, through the left, around the carousel, and then the corner opens out, continues to turn left. Tightens up on the far side of the course. Right, what has happened with Mattia Kolnagi? He's in 23rd. He had a difficult start, which has put him 14 seconds off the pack already. So Mattia Kolnagi is looking a million miles away from winning this championship. It looks good for Maciek Gladish to get the job done in 2nd place. James Igotzi is going for the win and potentially the fastest lap to do the best he can. He could get in a second in the championship, but if Maciej Gladish finishes P2, that will be enough to become champion. Cardenas is third. Cascado fourth for Griffin Corp. Then the MP of Rinicella, Rivera in the Red Bull colours of the Campos team. Then Fittipaldi, Tan van Ichkel, Adam Hideg, the Hungarian, in front of Jules Caranta. Then Lucas Flusha, Lenny Reed, Preston Lambert, Oscar Wirtz and Francisco Macedo. They work their way through the left hairpin at the bottom of that long 1.2 kilometre straight. Incident in turn 1 and turn 9, as well as the starting procedure, under investigation. So the stewards are going to have their work cut out today. 26 minutes to go. Luciano Morano's got ahead of Yannis Stevenadens in the GRS machine. And Isaac Barashi has come into the pits for below. So Isaac Barashi is already a let down. I think he might be out of the race. The British driver may have had a mechanical problem of some kind. Matti Kolnagi is now battling with his teammate Alexander Kasava for 22nd position. It's a disaster for the Italian. James Zigotzi leads the way, looking good for 25 points. And the fastest lap of the race is his as well, a 1:53.905, so that puts him on 26 points. But crucially, Gladish is looking good for 18, and that will make him the champion by 17 points. Great battle ensuing out here on the Aragon course. Zigotzi just controlling his race for below. Amazing to see what the Below Motorsport team have done in the last 12 months. They really have turned their form around. And the team that is named after their founder, three-time IndyCar champion Alex Palou, easily one of Spain's greatest racing drivers of the 21st century. We can genuinely call him that now. He's up there with the likes of Fernando Alonso. To have conquered the IndyCar title 3 times is good in any person's caliber. Right, Gladish has started to pick up the pace now. Zigotzi is being hunted down by the pole. As down to the brakings over the hairpin, there's going to be a challenge and a late break from Rivera to get down the inside of Rinicella, and I think he's done it. Has Rivera got through? Yes, he has. And Ernesto Rivera takes on Rinicella, and that will do nicely for the Mexican. Up into 5th position, behind his countryman now, Cascado. But Rinicella's not done yet. Down to the first corner. Rivera defends. Rinicella's still there to try and go round the outside. Never going to happen in turn 1. Still a fantastic battle. This circuit always provides great drama. Adigan and I have a very long history. Dates all the way back to 2013. My first ever single-seater international commentary of any kind on the Aragon circuit on the 27th of April 2013. How do I remember it? It was my birthday, and a certain young man took the victory that weekend called Kevin Magnussen. It took him on the way to Formula 1. All of these contenders are looking to do the same thing. Zigotzi, Gladish, Cardenas, Cascado, Rivera and Rinicella. Rivera and Rinicella have got Emmo Fittipaldi Jr. behind them. Enzo Tarvanichko in the mix there as well. The young Thai superstar, the former OK Junior World Champion in karting, and into the pits. That is the Palou. That is Isaac Barashi. So the British driver desperately trying to get back out onto the course, but he's been sat in the pits now for 2 laps. I think he wants to try and finish the season by just bringing the car home, but he's going to be a long way down the order. You've really got a feel for Isaac Barashi. The new fastest lap of the race is not with James Zigotzi. It is now with Andres Cardenas. Now, there is an interesting one here. Apparently, the starting procedure is being investigated because of car number 43, that is Linus Hellberg of the LA Racing team, being out of position on the start as the 2 MPs are dueling, and that is a very late lunge from Enzo Tarvanichko. Tarvanichko's going to get ahead of both Rinicella and Fittipaldi. Incredible from the Thai. Enzo Tarvanichko rolls his sleeves up and ruthlessly gets past both the MPs. Now there's a challenge into the first corner from Adam Hideg. They're going to go 3 wide into the hairpin. How did they not collide with each other as Adam Hideg gets in front of Rinicella? And round the outside, that is going to come Jules Caranta for Campos. He now goes wheel to wheel with a Hungarian. Caranta versus Hideg, coming up to the left-hander. Duranta on the inside, Hideg to the outside. Fittipaldi Jr. is still there. And it's beautifully timed for Hideg to finish off the move. The Griffin core is in the mix there as well. That's Lucas Flusha, man who won the opening race of the Spanish F1 Championship in 2024 at Jarama. Down the drop. Flusha going wheel to wheel with Fittipaldi. Can't quite make the move stick at the moment. So Flusha from the Palma de Mallorca, working hard to try and take on the man from Sao Paulo in Brazil, but lives in Miami in Florida, Emo Fittipaldi Jr. Down to the braking zone. Not a lot of space to play with here, is there? Every driver leaving nothing to chance at this point of the race. As we look again at Lucas Flusha, the 37, swarming around all over the back of Emo Fittipaldi Jr. as he tries to break into the points. The top four are well clear. Egozzi, Gladish, Cardenas, Carrasquedo. In the background, we can see Tarvinichkul having made that monstrous move into P6 in front of Valerio Menicella. When he's not racing cars, Enzo Tarvinichkul, he's designing his own fashion line, which got launched in the last couple of weeks in his nation's capital of Bangkok. Because I live in Thailand now, I actually went to the supermarket at Central World in Bangkok, the Central Mall, and decided to go and have a look at it. The Royal Rivera branded clothing line. It looks absolutely incredible, I have to say. And Enzo Tarvinichkul is definitely going to have a long career, both as a driver and as a fashionista. Valerio Menicella, 7th position. Caranta, Hideg and Fittipaldi will not leave each other alone here in their battle for 9th place. Flusha is not far away. Further up the road, Egozzi, Gladish, Cardenas, Carrasquedo. Nothing's changed, and it's great news for Maciej Gladish. But just think what this will mean for him and the family, as Isaac Barashi is still in the car. He will not get out. He's been sat in the pit lane for 4 laps now. Any other driver probably would have thrown the steering wheel out, climbed out of the car, thrown the toys out of the pram and said enough is enough. But Isaac Barashi carries on. Now let's have a look at the start. Gladish got it perfectly timed to perfection. Egozzi just running away with it in the lead. And there was very nearly contact between the MPs through turn 1. There was very nearly contact as well between Caranta and Rivera. But somehow they managed to stay away from each other. Just about enough space to play with there on the first lap. As the E3 Spanish Winter Championship continues. 19 minutes left of the season, plus the additional lap. Egozzi continues to lead. The fastest man on the circuit now is Jesse Carrasquedo. He's done a 1:53.03. No, Ernesto de Vera's gone quicker. A 1:52.865 from the rookie. So that's quicker than all of the top men. Ernesto de Vera now has the fastest lap, and that is the fastest lap that could deny James Egozzi the championship, don't forget. So Gladish continues to run in second. It might not even be his mistake that takes him out of the championship fight. Anything can go wrong with any car at any time. It's motorsport. You just don't know what's going to happen. Meanwhile, Maciej Kolnagi is doing everything he can to get himself back into the fight. He's up to 18th. He's got ahead of Abgasava, Luciano Morano, Sax Goulart, Linus Hellberg, Alcifel Manito, and Emil Hellberg. Looks like Guy Darianani has had an incident. He's dropped right to the back of the field as Isaac Barashi has rejoined the fray, 4 laps down, eager to finish the season on his terms. So Maciej Kolnagi is 8 positions away from scoring points. He is 17 seconds back from Egozzi, but he needs to get ahead of Yanis Stevenadens, Lorenzo Castillo, Preston Lambert, Francisco Macedo, Lenny Reed, Emerson Fittipaldi Jr., Oscar Wirtz, and Lucas Flusha if he wants to get back into the points. It's critical. Up and over the top of the Bray. Egozzi looks good ahead of Gladish. Gladish looks best of all. Second place, more than enough to win the championship. To be honest with you, Gladish can drop as low as 10th and still get this championship won. Macedo's had a problem. Francisco Macedo seems to have spun down the order, down to 21st. As Maciej Kolnagi is now up to 17th. He's got one driver licked. Now he's got to go for Lorenzo Castillo. Castillo is his next target, and he's only 4/10 of a second up the road. Then Stevenadens is only 3/10 ahead of him. Then Emo Fittipaldi Jr. is only 2/10 ahead of him. So Kolnagi can definitely take his time about working his way through the field. Egozzi is doing exactly what he needs to do, though, to get the victory in this championship. but everything else is out of his hands. Gladish finishing second will put the nail on the coffin for both Egozzi and Kolnagi. But they've just got to run their own race. Kolnagi now to 16th. He's got ahead of Lorenzo Castillo. 16.5 minutes to go, plus the additional lap. Yannis Nivenadens and Emma Fittipaldi are having a great battle. That's going to assist Mattia Kolnagi. If he can get ahead of both of them as they swabble, that's 2 less cars to get ahead of. We're not even at the half distance mark, and Mattia Kolnagi has already moved up 8 places from his starting position. If he can do that again, then that's going to put him into the points. Egozzi, Gladish, Cardenas and Carrasquedo. And Esther Rivera has the fastest lap of the race and the bonus point that goes with it. Then there's a 3.5 second deficit to Tan van Ichkel, who's still battling with Valerio Vinicella. Then Caranta, Flusha and Adam Hideg, the last point scorer at the moment, ahead of Oscar Wirtz, Lenny Reed, Preston Lambert, Yannis Nivenadens, Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. and Mattia Kolnagi. Up and over the top of the crest once again. Egozzi looking so smooth. Doesn't need to push the below too hard here. Gladish in the KCL MP. Just running close to Egozzi. This is exactly what he needs to do to be champion. Doesn't need to overtake James Egozzi. Doesn't even need to put him under pressure. He just needs to follow his lead. That'll do. Even if he loses to 3rd position, even if he drops to 4th, to 5th, to 6th, to 7th, to 8th, or to 9th, or even to 10th, it's still enough at the moment for Maciej Gladish. If Gladish and Egozzi were to tie on points at the top of the table, it would, however, be James Egozzi that wins the championship on count back. 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd for all 3 of the top men if Egozzi wins this one. But if Gladish doesn't score and Kolnagi doesn't score, then Egozzi would be champion if they dead heated, because Egozzi has a 4th place finish, whereas Gladish and Kolnagi have a 5th place finish each. 14 and 45 minutes left of this race. And the championship showdown in the Euro Cup 3 Spanish Winter Championship. Maciej Gladish is poised to be champion, finishing in 2nd position would more than be enough. James Egozzi, the young man who lives in Hollywood, California, doing a fantastic job at the moment. And this is a bit of a Hollywood script at the moment. Cardenas, the Peruvian, in 3rd place, keeping a watching brief. Know him, he is a race winner so far this season. And Jesse Carrasquedo, 4th position, a man who took a fantastic victory in last year's Euro Cup 3 Championship at this very circuit at Aragon. So 4 men who are definitely in their prime. Who's that in the pits? That is one of the MPs. It looks like Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. So Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. has got a problem. They're changing the rear tyres, and that benefits Mattia Kolnagi again, up into 15th place now. So the Italian just will not give up. You don't know what's going to happen to either you or the drivers around you. Devastatingly bad luck for Emerson Fittipaldi Jr., but for his teammate Mattia Kolnagi, it's 1 less car to get ahead of. He's now 15th, 5 more cars until he gets to the points. Well, they're not rushing this, are they, with Emerson Fittipaldi Jr.? I wonder if there's a bigger problem than just a puncture or a problem with a tyre. They're doing something with the front end as well. I wonder if there's more problems than meets the eye here for Emo Fittipaldi Jr. Meanwhile, Maciej Gladish is just keeping James Egozzi honest in the lead of the race here, while Cardenas and Carrasquedo are looking after tyres in 3rd and 4th. If it really starts to get racy between these 4, and I'm Maciej Gladish, I drop to P4. I don't waste the chance to become champion. I don't get into the wars with Cardenas or Carrasquedo. I let them have the trophies because I want the ultimate prize. I want the championship. Egozzi, Gladish, Cardenas and Carrasquedo. The top 4 well clear. Then Rivera, Tan van Ichkel, Vinicella, Caranta, Flusha and Hideg. From Wirtz, Stevenadens, Reed, Lambert, and no, it's not Lambert, it's Kolnagi. Mattia Kolnagi up to 14th now. That's yet another car he doesn't have to deal with. Such nail-biting stuff here. And it really is a championship that's coming down to the wire. So close in this championship fight. It looks good for Egozzi to finish the job, but he's got to stay focused, as is Maciej Gladish. He's loving life in 2nd place. He just got to follow Egozzi all the way home. No need to push, no need to panic. Cardenas in 3rd, Carrasquedo in 4th, Rivera in 5th from Tan van Ichkel, then Vinicella, Caranta, Flusha, Hideg and Wirtz. Still they battle on. Down the drop. Carrasquedo hunting down Cardenas. Looking for a chance to get through. It is going to be so tough. So as it stands at the moment, Maciej Gladiš is going to take the victory in the championship. Second in the race will be more than enough to win the Winter Cup. Still a very good run. So James Igotzi in front of Maciej Gladiš, Andres Cardenas and Jesse Carrasquedo. The Campos twins of Rivera and Tarvinichkul. There's a bit of a gap back to Rivera, but there's a bigger gap back to Tarvinichkul, who's finally started to drop Rinicella. Although having said that, Valeria Rinicella has now set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:52.371, 1,000th of a second quicker than Enzo Tarvinichkul. Caranta in 8th place, then Flusha, Hideg, Oscar Wirtz in front of Yanis Stevenhadens, and then it is Mattia Colnaghi in 13th. He's got ahead of Lenny Reed. There's a car coming down pit lane. It's Fittipaldi again. So for the second time, Emo Fittipaldi Jr. comes into the pits, and I think his race is done. Such a disappointment for the Brazilian. But the son of the two-time Formula One World Champion and the Indy 500 winner, Emerson Fittipaldi Jr. comes back to the pits. They're trying to figure out something with the rear of the car. I wonder if he's made contact with somebody, but it's academic. He's just reiterating to them there's a balance issue. He can't figure out what's going on with the car. And that is pretty much game over. What a shame. Maciej Gladiš still on course in second position to be champion. 10 minutes left of the season. And the Winter Championship, after 8 very strong races indeed, is going to see 3 double winners if it stays like this. Matti Colnaghi won twice. Maciej Gladiš won twice. And if Igotzi stays where he is, he will have won twice. But consistency and discipline are what is going to make the champion the champion. And Maciej Gladiš looks like he's going to do just that. 3rd place, though, for Cardenas, the Peruvian. And in 4th place, Carrasquedo, the Mexican. His countryman is behind him in 5th, Ernesto Rivera. But he's closing in on all of them. So Rivera is hunting down the top 4. The gap is down to just 3.2 between Igotzi and Rivera in 5th place. It could become a 5-car battle, and there is Emo Fittipaldi Jr. getting out of the car, talking to his double world champion father and the rest of the team. Not what they needed at this point in proceedings at all. But an excellent display and a fantastic run so far. Igotzi leads the way. Gladiš, Cardenas, Carrasquedo and Rivera. Tarvinichkul B6. And Rinicella, Caranta, Flusha and Adam Hideg. Mattia Colnaghi is 13th. His next target is the GRS team car of Yanis Stevenhadens. The Belgian driver, 12th position. One of the stars of AMA X30 across both the European and Benelux disciplines, has now got the champion in waiting, Mattia Colnaghi, to try and fend him off. But he's only going to be the champion in waiting if he can get far enough ahead of the likes of Gladiš and Igotzi, and that is mission impossible right now, with 8 minutes left of the season. But this is motorsport. You never give up, you never say die, you never know what's going to happen next. Anything could. There is the pole, Maciej Gladiš, former FIA Karting Academy Trophy champion. A fascinating discipline in the FIA karting paddock where every driver is given the same equipment. Just one mechanic per driver, and it's all down to racing talent. Who gets there first? Charles Leclerc won that championship back in 2011. Gladiš has won the same crown and is looking just as talented at the same level of his development. All the way down the straight, we're seeing some good battles. We're just trying to keep an eye on Mattia Colnaghi, I do believe, for the MP Motorsport team. There he is, tucked up behind the GRS of Yanis Stevenhadens. Stevenhadens is trying to get on terms with the Drivex of Oscar Wirtz. Had a great chat with his father, Alex, a couple of weeks ago at Qatar. And great to see that both of his sons are making massive progress in the world of motorsport, both Charlie and Oscar. Going up and over the top of the crest. Very exciting stuff so far. Mattia Colnaghi, there he is in the 71, the MP Motorsport car. He needs to overtake 3 more cars before he's even scoring championship points. He's doing the best he possibly can to make it happen. A fair talent, Mattia Colnaghi. Don't forget, he's last year's F4 Spanish champion. Stepping up and moving his way further forward. But I don't think there's enough time, really, for Mattia Colnaghi to get into the points and get ahead of Maciej Gladiš. It's a hero's effort, it really is. Having started at the back, he was always going to find it difficult. But that does not mean he was going to throw in the towel and give it up. So the battle for 11th between Wirtz, Stephen Haydens and Colnaghi. I'm afraid every corner Mattia Colnaghi stays behind the Austrian and the Belgian is another corner he runs out of time for the leaders. Campos Racing keeping a watching brief on what's going on down in pit lane. We've got 5 cars in the train now because Rivera is only a second back from Carrasquedo. Igozzi, Gladiš, Cardenas, Carrasquedo and Rivera, and it looks like Rivera is becoming the tyre whisperer of the top 5. He's managed to work back the deficit. He's only a second back now from Carrasquedo, his Mexican compatriot. And Maciej Gladiš looking so strong here in second place. Doesn't need to win, just needs to hang it out for P2. Igozzi over the top of the crest. This is such a good comeback this year for James Igozzi. He's maximised every point scoring opportunity he can grab, and it's consistency as much as winning races that is going to get you to the top spot. And Stephen Haydens, by the way, has got ahead of Wirtz. So Colnaghi now needs to get past the Drivex of Oscar Wirtz. Here they come again. Igozzi, Gladiš and Cardenas. Still the same top 3, Carrasquedo and Rivera, who is his second back from the quartet. But the quartet is only covered by 1.8 seconds. So there really is nothing in it between these 5. In terms of lap time, there's even less in it. Igozzi's just done a trying to see what his last lap time is. Well, I don't see his last lap time, but I certainly see his best lap time. A 1:52.34. Gladiš has done a 1:52.26. Cardenas a 1:52.37. Carrasquedo a 1:52.35. And quicker than all of them is Rivera on a 1:52.1. Incredibly, the fastest lap of the race has come from Valerio Venicella, who's done a 1:51.999. A little bit of a run wide there from Cardenas in the MP. Not enough to worry about track limits for the moment. Just keeping it nice and tidy. Every single driver in this race is still circulating, including Isaac Barashi. Oh no, sorry, there's one that hasn't, and that is Emo Fittipaldi Jr. He's got out of the car to retire. But everybody else is still going strong. There's the battle further back. This is Tine van Ichkel ahead of Rinicella, and then the other Red Bull Campos car, that is Jules Caranta, the Frenchman, in front of Lucas Flusha, Adam Ideg, then Stephen Haydens, Wirtz, Colnaghi, Reed, Lambert, and Abkasava, who's also made a good job to try and recover after his earlier problems. He's up to 16th, but he's going to run out of points opportunities as well. 3 minutes and 30 left on the clock, plus the additional lap. No safety cars to intervene yet. Thank goodness, if we get one now, the race is going to finish under safety car because of the time we've got left. Tine van Ichkel trying to make some progress now to close up on his rookie teammate. The top 3 in the race is also going to be the top 3 in the rookie class because we've got 3 rookies in the top 3. Igozzi, Gladiš and Cardenas. 3 minutes to go in the season, plus the additional lap. So I make it 3 laps to go then. This is all about patience for Maciej Gladiš. Doesn't need to push the car. Just bring it home. A second back from Igozzi. That'll do. He's 6 tenths clear of Cardenas. That'll do nicely for him as well. Oh, and off the road. That's one of the Palots gone off at turn 1. So that looks to me like Alci Feldman-Nito. So the Sparco Palot of Alci Feldman-Nito, the man who races in the Porsche Carrera Cup in Brazil, as well as racing here. Alci Feldman-Nito actually races in the Porsche Carrera Cup Brazil in Lightning McQueen colours, would you believe? He races in the Rust-eze livery, made famous by the Disney Pixar Cars movie of 2006. So he's got a very playful side to his nature as Alci Feldman-Nito. He races against his father in that championship. He, in turn, by the way, races in the Tag Heuer colours. But James Igozzi, Maciej Gladiš, Andres Cardenas and Jesse Carrasquedo, top 4. Rivera trying to catch them. He's not got long to do it. 9/10 of a second in it. We look back to see what's happening for Mattia Kolnagi as he's now trying to take on the Drivex of Oscar Wirtz. Wirtz is trying to shake him off, but Kolnagi needs the place. Wirtz is going to try his best to defend. Mattia Kolnagi swarming around all over the place like an angry wasp at a picnic. Wirtz. Come off the turn. Wirtz has held it for the moment. Kolnagi's still pushing hard though to try and get something back. Up and over top of the crest. And the GRS team keeps a watching brief because their man, Yannis Steven-Haydens, is only one place away from scoring a point. There he is. And there's the duel between Wirtz and Kolnagi. Is there going to be one last overtake from Mattia Kolnagi? I think he's running out of time to get close enough to the GRS of the Belgian, Yannis Steven-Haydens in 11th place. Still, he tries his best. Looking for a move on the inside line. Kolnagi held up here by Oscar Wirtz in the Drivex. He just can't find a way through. Down to the carousel. And Kolnagi is running out of options. The frustration is welling up for the Italian. He knew it was going to be a very tough mission indeed to get this race won. To get the championship won, it was almost just as impossible. But he's given it everything he's got. We're going to run out of time down this back straight. So Maciej Gladish is going to hunt down James Igotzi as we finish off the race in fine style. The time is just going to tick down to 0 as Igotzi approaches the finish line. As down the inside, that's a late bid from Carrasquedo to try and take on Cardenas. There's a little bit of a twitch, but it's not enough. The time runs down to 0, and James Igotzi will go into the final lap as Cardenas and Carrasquedo are battling over third position. Carrasquedo wants the podium for the last time. Into the last lap of the season goes James Igotzi in front of Maciej Gladish. Still we go again. Into the last lap, the 17th and final tour. Maciej Gladish just bringing it home in second place. That will be enough to be champion. Can Cardenas hold on from Jesse Carrasquedo? And what can Ernesto de Vera do to get close to them on the final lap? Can he do anything at all? Still a tough battle out there. Igotzi just doing what he needs to do to win. And he's taken the fastest lap of the race. A 1:51.78 for James Igotzi. That's the bonus point. If anything were to happen now to Gladish, then suddenly Igotzi is back in championship winning form. But it looks like nothing untoward will happen for Maciej Gladish. The pole has done an amazing job this season, and it looks like he'll finally get his reward. Over the top of the crest. This has been such a close encounter between the two. Neither James Igotzi nor Maciej Gladish have put a wheel wrong since the start. Beautifully done down the hill for the last time. Gladish is trying his best to put Igotzi off just to see if he can steal a win. Why not? You may as well try it. And down the back straight for the final time this season. James Igotzi can win the race. Gladish doesn't need to overtake him. Second will do, and he can become champion with it. The final big stop. And it looks as though the teenager from Tarnov is going to get the job done here. Maciej Gladish follows in behind James Igotzi. He hasn't needed to roll up on pressure. He hasn't needed to push. It's the championship. James Igotzi wins the race, but Maciej Gladish is the E3 Spanish Winter Champion of 2025. Magnificent from Maciej Gladish. The pole follows in the footsteps of Robert Kubica to go up the ladder of single-seater superstardom. Maciej Gladish, take a bow. You are the Euro Cup 3 Winter Champion. Magnificent. Everyone back home in Poland is going to be absolutely delighted. Maciej Gladish, a worthy champion. It's been a fascinating 18 months for him since he ended his karting journey. And now Poland has a new superstar in motorsport. Remember the name. You're going to hear it a lot over the next 5 years. His name, Maciej Gladish. Absolutely sensational. What a drive from a stunning little driver. Maciej Gladiš always had a bit of a legacy in karting. It was always win or bust. He always had either horrendous luck or the best luck in the world. This time, he hasn't even needed the luck. He made his own over the course of this season. And Maciej Gladiš has become champion. Igotzi did a magnificent job to lead from lights out to checkered flag, despite all the pressure Gladiš put on him. And fair play to Matti Kolnagi. He went from the back of the field to 13th. He gave it everything he had. All three drivers deserved to be champion this year, but there can only be one, and that man is Maciej Gladiš. Absolutely magnificent. As Max Verstappen would say, simply lovely for Maciej Gladiš. And that is the perfect way to start his Euro Cup 3 season in 2025. He kicks off with the Winter Championship. As a rookie, he becomes the champion. So now, that's one tick box. Go and get the championship in the main body of the season now, my friend. And if you can keep this up, Maciej Gladiš could well be just a stone's throw away from the Grand Prix paddock. FIA Formula 3 could beckon after Euro Cup 3. He's already a Euro Cup 3 champion in the winter. Can he do it in the summer as well? Just a phenomenal run to the championship. Full credit to Andres Cardenas in third position as well. He finishes the year on the podium, the Peruvian. But the champion is the man who comes home second, Maciej Gladiš. The win will be James Igotzi from Florida, who lives nowadays in Hollywood, California. But there is your new Euro Cup 3 Spanish winter champion. Who says that racing has to stop in the winter? But it's all about the man who has got the job done in magnificent fashion. James Igotzi is not going to be able to get to the #1 marker board, but he couldn't care less. He couldn't care less. The victory is his, and he utterly, utterly deserves it. Double winners 3 times over this year. Mattia Kolnagi, 2 wins. Maciej Gladiš, 2 wins. And now James Igotzi, 2 wins for below. But there is the board that means so much to Maciej Gladiš. All the weight, all the hard work, all the patience and all the discipline. The pole is Super Pole. He is the champion of 2025 in the Euro Cup 3 Spanish Winter Championship. And there is his dad, Adam Gladiš, along with the team. What a moment this is. He's keeping it professional, Maciej Gladiš. He'll celebrate with the family later, I'm sure. But there is daddy, Adam Gladiš. What a moment. He gives his son the Polish flag, which he will take to the podium, I'm sure. What a wonderful, wonderful moment for Maciej Gladiš. So deserved as well. He's one of the nicest men in motorsport. Such an incredible young role model for all Polish youngsters in karting and cars anywhere. He's had so many endorsements from the world of Polish motorsport, from rallying, from touring cars, from GT, all the way up to Robert Kubica himself. And this boy could well be the next Polish driver to get into Formula One. Believe it's genuinely a possibility now. His fan base are beside themselves with joy. Nowhere near as much as Maciej himself is. You have no idea how much hard work goes into these championships, how much hard work goes into these campaigns. The dark days are so dark, which means that when it gets light, when you win those races, when you win those championships, it makes it all so, so worth it. Maciej Gladiš, the pressure is off now. The job is done. He is the champion. And I am so, so happy for him. James Igotzi can be very happy as well. Full credit to what he and Palou Motorsport have done in this Winter Championship campaign. Palou were a midfield team last year. Not anymore. Double winners. Let's have a word with Miguel Portillo down in the pits with our race winner, James Igotzi. Fantastic.
Yeah, Super Sunday on his side. Congratulations. What a pace. What a pole position. You did everything brilliant.
Yeah, the day started in qualifying. That's what made the difference. We had the fastest car, and I put it on top. And no, the race was quite straightforward, really. No safety cars, so just keeping a consistent pace, not trying to overwork the tires. I went for a push lap, and then I mostly just kept a consistent pace. So the team did a really good job, and we deserve this one.
You had your chance. There was a possibility that you could be the Spanish Winter Championship, so you did your work, just waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. You know, this track is a moto track, so there's often post-race penalties for track limits. So anything can happen still. But like I said, overall top job by the team, and I'm really happy with the final result.
Last one about the team, because MP is super strong, Campos is super strong, but Palo is coming with the strongest team of the grid. So congratulations on the side.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great work from the Palo Motorsport team. Hopefully there's going to be a chance to chat with the champion. Maciej Gladish is going to work his way to the podium. But before that, let's see if he can have a quick word with Miguel Portillo. The champion is now down in the pits with Miguel.
Indeed, because the champion is here. Congratulations. What a season. 3 weekends, not the perfect all of them, but this one, the last one, you did your job. So finally, the crown is yours. Congratulations.
Yeah, this weekend we almost maximized everything. I mean, 2 times on the podium. We won 1 race, which is really important. Congratulations to Mattia, because he's a very close rival, and it's a pleasure to always work with him and battle with him on track. But yeah, overall with the championship, I'm quite happy. Harris went quite good. Portimao was a bit worse because DNF in the last race. But yeah, still very happy. Now we can celebrate and focus on the main championship. Also, of course, I would like to say thanks to my team, MP Motorsport, because the car had been amazing throughout the whole championship. Hope so we will keep this momentum for the main championship. And I would like to say thanks to everybody who's been around me at this time.
Yesterday we talked about this possibility. Today you did also your job. You were in a mode attack, trying to win the race. You were taking pace on. How you feel inside?
In the last race I was trying to be more calm, just not to do any silly mistakes. And it was quite hard to overtake him, because on the straights he was a bit pulling away from me, even though I used the push to pass. But in the corners I was catching him. P2 is not bad in the end. So overall was a good race, but I was trying to be calm.
Last one, Mattia, Poland is coming. There's a new generation, a new drivers are coming. Maybe you are representing them.
It feels great to represent Poland at the high championship. It's a pleasure, and just super grateful.
Just celebrate, enjoy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wonderful scenes here. Absolutely fantastic to see Maciej Gladish take the victory. While we wait for the podium, let's have a quick catch-up with Miguel Portillo after such a fantastic race. It was an amazing championship battle. We knew it was going to be an interesting one. Miguel, to see Maciej Gladish come forward and be champion, it must be so satisfying seeing how hard he and the rest of the teams have been working over the last few weeks.
Yeah, and also indeed the team made a super job with him, but also Mattia was super mental. He did a super job every weekend, because sometimes the races went well, sometimes the races went bad. So he was basically super focused on his job, doing his best, and trying just to do the maximum of his possibilities, try to get the maximum of his points, and that's what he did. Also, he was congratulating Kolnagi, because also he did a super job. Today he had an issue with a fuel injection on his car. It was not his fault. He was able to reach or try to fight for the pole position. So sometimes things happen. That was an issue with the car, so that's why Kolnagi was not able to stay fighting with the other 2 guys, with Egosi and with Mattia.
Well, that's motorsport. 3 drivers could have been champion today. One who has managed to get the job done, Maciej Gladish. Miguel, thank you so much for your support over the course of the season. It's been wonderful to have your company. For all those of you watching along at home as well, wow, what a way to end the season. James Igozzi, Mattia Kolnagi and Maciej Gladish, it's always really wonderful to see these guys when you've been watching them for years and years and years through their karting journeys as cadets, through to become juniors, through to become seniors, racing week in, week out in Italy, in Spain, in Portugal, in Sweden, in Germany, to watch all of these fantastic drivers who put in so many hours of hard work, so many difficult days, so many good days, so many bad days, and then for it to suddenly come to this kind of level. It's an absolutely wonderful mission. On our way to the cool-down room, just outside the podium. And what a fantastic moment for our drivers. Full credit to Mattia Kolnagi, who will also get to go out on the podium of the overall championship. Mattia Kolnagi will be third in the championship. That almost doesn't seem right to me. But there can only be one winner in this championship in 2025. And we will have a couple of podium ceremonies in one go here. But what an emotional moment it will be for the Polish star, Maciej Gladish. He's a very calm and quiet individual in strength and joy. In adversity, he can get quite emotional. But it's wonderful to see that Maciej Gladish has got the job done. Look at Mattia Kolnagi. You've really got a feel for the Italian. A fuel injector denying him the chance to really go for the victory his way. But that doesn't take away from how strong he's been over the course of this season. He is a very likeable young man, is Mattia Kolnagi. I don't think he's got a single enemy in the paddock. He's a very, very amiable young character. You're going to see a lot more from him in the future as well. A very difficult moment for him, I'm sure. James Igozzi taking a victory and the vice championship status, I do believe, as well. But the fastest lap of the race did not go his way. That actually went in the end. Well, I'm not entirely sure who's going to be awarded the fastest lap, because Rinicella and Lucas Flusha both set a 1:51.584 to the 1,000th of a second. That is incredible. I'm not sure who gets the point in that particular circumstance, but it's not going to be Igozzi. He will tie for points with Mattia Kolnagi, but on countback, I believe it's Igozzi that's going to get the job done in the championship fight to be the runner-up in 2025. So we head to our final podium of the Euro Cup 3 Spanish Winter Championship. And on the top step of the podium, it's James Igozzi, alongside Maciej Gladish and Andres Cardenas. So we will hear the Star-Spangled Banner for the United States of America here in Motorland, Aragon. Fantastic performance over the course of the proceedings. And as Günther Stevenhadens rightfully points out, a race that had everything. And the man with the most overtakes, Janus Stevenhadens, 11th position. Such a fantastic charge through the field. He even did a better job than the comeback kid, Mattia Kolnagi. The Constructors' Trophy, or the Team's Trophy, I should rightfully say, going to Palou Motorsport. What a turnaround they have made in the last 12 months. Great performance from Palou Motorsport. You haven't heard the last of them in 2025. Third position for the Peruvian, Andres Cardenas for MP Motorsport. A great performance from Andres this season, including a race victory. There's definitely more to come from the Peruvian. But this is going to be the most satisfying second place finish Maciej Gladish has ever had in his career.
Jorge Panades, esa segunda posición para el piloto polaco Maciej Gladish.
The Polish driver comes through for second position, and an incredibly joyous occasion for him as he lifts the most important second place of his season. And the victory on the top stop of the dais from the United States of America, the man out of Miami, Florida, lives currently in Hollywood, California. What an amazing opportunity for James Igozzi, for Palou Motorsport. He is the undisputed winner of the season finale. 2 wins apiece then for Igozzi, Gladish and Kolnagi, with victories as well for Valerio Minichella and Andres Cardenas. 5 winners in 8 races. That's a great statistic. They are also the drivers who take the rookie podium between them all, of course. So they will also take 1, 2, and 3 in the rookie podium. Excellent performance from them in the championship. And incredibly enough, it's also going to be 3 rookies who get the championship podium as well. Third in the championship will be Mathieu Connard. He will be tied for points with James Igozzi. It's only Igozzi that gets second place on countback. But a victory in the championship for the Pole, Maciej Gladisz. Are they going to spray some bubbly on the podium? I'm not sure they're going to. Of course they are. As it's time for the last 3 drivers. James Igozzi ordering Maciej Gladisz to get to his bottle in second position. As James Igozzi and his colleagues get busy with the fizzy here in Motorland Aragon. Excellent display from Maciej Gladisz, who can finally celebrate in fine style. The pole is the champ. Wonderful stuff here at Aragon. And that is the end of the EC3 Spanish Winter Championship. From myself, Jake Stanton, from my colleague Miguel Portillo, and everybody at the Collide Agency, thank you so much for watching along all of the action from these 8 races. We have a new champion in single-seater racing in the spring of 2025. The winter champion is Maciej Gladisz. From all of us here, don't forget to tune in to the main body of the season that kickstarts in just a few weeks. Euro Cup 3 on social media for all the latest information. Congratulations to our new champion, Maciej Gladisz. Bye for now.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they never ever mind and they beeswax. I don't ever cap, but I'm wearing like 3 hats. Never been a rat, but I know where the cheese at. You'll never get a trophy cause they all here where we at. You better believe that. When it's all said and done, I'll still be here standing. Never took a loss and it ain't something that I'm planning. I dare you to say something, my focus is A1. Every dog has his day, it's been mine since day 1. This is real grinding, I'm still climbing. While you still trying, I'm still shining. It's real blinding, and I'm getting hotter too. Talking top 2, I'm not a 2. You let the pressure bother you when I do what I gotta do. Let's go hard.
Coming close to me, flow is on atomic. I'm starting fires through poetry. The hardest out, staying loyal, no falling out. And if you step into the court, be ready, we balling out. Yeah, the coldest of teens, they know what we bring. Don't try us, ain't no in between. We go for these dreams in silence. Hard work, don't mistake it for magic. We been shooting in the gym, this is target and practice. Yeah.
And I'm just getting started, getting feet wet. It's all in repetition, ain't a secret.
All facts, all black dress code. Pay me my respect, collecting every debt.
I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to.